Peace and blessings. Campaign trailing. Thursday, September 12th. Welcome to the campaign trail. Live all week. Doing live feeds all week. Not doing no pre-recording, so just dealing straight with the subjects live as we see them. So you see this today's topic is Candace Owens versus Kamala Harris. So I'm not talking about politics. I'm not trying to actually get into the politics of political campaign, but I'm hearing a whole lot now, especially after the debate with Trump, and that compared also with a lot of black boss chicks, what they call themselves, and big dogs. I was just watching a clip from Revolt TV with I guess her name is Teslin or something like that, and they was going over the debate right after it happened and turned into a big ghetto mess, big loud ghetto mess. So I'm gonna do a little clip on that later on. But today's question is, which one is really a sister? Kamala Harris or Candace Owens? Which one is really a sister, and which one is better for our people? You know what I'm saying? Why is it that our people don't like, or what is it that our people don't like about Candace Owens that we do like about Kamala Harris? Anybody want to ask that? Want to answer that for me? What is it that so many of our people don't like about Candace Owens that we do like, or that we should like about Kamala Harris? Why do any of our people dislike Candace Owens but like Kamala Harris? Did that make sense? Squab Cook say neither can't talk black while sleeping white. I mean, that's we taking it. It's just opinions. It's not. I'm just reading comments. Jay Peso, Candace, like it or not, she speaks her mind. Kamala just cosplaying. The Marcus, Candace Owens is both. Candace Owens is both what? I'm not sure. Candace Owens is better and a real sister. Okay. Got you. I think that's what you mean. Brian Harper, Kamala locked up a lot of brothers. That's what I want to know. So if we liking Harris, but we don't like Owens, why don't we like Candace Owens? And I want to just compare that to if you like Harris. Don't that make sense? Ain't that a fair question to ask? If we all in our feelings and saying Owens is or whatever Owens is, she's a sellout. Well, let me go and put this up here. What is that right there? What is there about Candace Owens that we don't like, that we do like about Kamala Harris? Which one sold us out? Which one is worse on, allegedly worse on our own people and our own males and our own community? Which one? Is that a fair question to ask? Anybody want to answer it for me? Anybody want to get it cracking with me real quick? Yeah, I mean, I hear that unknown runner, but the question is specific. The question is specific. We're not here just to be like females and hurl insults. It's a real question for adults. So if you ain't got a real answer, a real adult answer, then this ain't the place for you. Lano Getz definitely was rigged by the moderators for Harris. Yeah, this is just, I'm not in it one way or another. I don't believe in that process at all. I was a bit impressed by her. She also tried to shake his hand. Candace is much better for our people. Harris can't tell that kind of truth. Interesting. Funky Things Productions 3. Bill Cosby critical of black folks and black people got mad. Candace Owens critical of black folks and gets shamed, meaning black folks can't take criticism. Interesting. None of them is more critical on black people than Minister Farrakhan. Did y'all know that? So is he a sellout? Am I a sellout? Because I've been with him for 34 years, 35 years. None of them is more critical. Candace Owens, Harris, or whoever on our people than Farrakhan or his teacher, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So are we sellouts? Fredro Miller, peace. Oh, I was trying to get Squab Cooks. If both have a such and such, how can either be trusted? Although Candace does make some good points. If we're living in a amongst our former slave masters, and we're living by their laws and their rules and their enforcement, their judges, how can either be trusted? How can anybody in this system be trusted? Why would we just single those two out? How can anybody in this system be trusted? How can your doctor be trusted? How can the police, how can the scientists be trusted? How can your teachers of your children be trusted? How can this pharmaceutical industry be trusted? You understand? Marcus, Candace is taking on our number one enemy, historical enemy, greatest enemy, according to that comment. Chad Payne 1, respect to Candace and the NOI as well. Tommy T, such and such are the real such and such. That's interesting. That's interesting take. I'd like to see the receipts of that. Eric Swan, Kamala don't even know her real dad. She might not have any such and such in her. I don't know about that. You know, we're here for actual grown-up receipts. We're not here to slang insults and accusations and slanders and speculations. The outward inward. I've been day. She might not realize what's happening with her, but her true nature is coming out. This is one of our best. Who? Which one? D-Dub, I have to say I can't think of many things that Candace has said that wasn't true or that I disagree with. Bad Seed Entertainment. They both tethers. What makes Candace Owens a tether? Do you have receipts? What is your definition of a tether? They both tethers, but one wants the power to hold her foot on our people in America's neck. Which one is that? What makes Candace Owens a tether? Bad Seed. I need your receipts. Lionel Getz. I feel that Candace is taking a Farrakhan as a study. Robert T. Our people need to write down and agree on what a Black American is. FBA. I mean, who we gonna listen to? That's right. But we're gonna have to listen to somebody. If everybody is chiefs and no Indians, everybody is the authority and nobody is the student, then that's Willie Lynchism at its finest. Miss 702, salute. Right, Lano. Appreciate that. Which one is really a sister? What is the definition of sister? Which one is really a sister? Monique, salute. Monique Hill, I see you. Always good to see you. Which one is really a sister? Which one is disqualified from representing us? How can we be mad at one and not just as equally mad at the other? What is it that our people don't like about Candace Owens that we do like about Kamala Harris? Why do any of our people dislike Candace Owens but like Kamala Harris? Don't that make sense? Ain't that a fair question? We need to add fuel to the fire, especially in these trying times. Division at an all-time high. With all the benefit of the internet, it has divided our community more. I don't know if you're a Christian, Terrell V, but we supposed to be divided. This is the time of separation and division. This ain't the time where everybody's gonna be together. This is the time we need to pick a team and pick a side and stay there. 1010 Farm, salute. The outward inward. I've been researching Candace all day and I found she's been consistent with the truth, and I feel this is her calling. She's exposing the same ones Kendrick talking about on that new song. Interesting. Candace don't twerk or use the N-word. Ooh, Eric Swan. How can I highlight that? Let me put a star on that. Candace Owens don't twerk or use the N-word. Bars. Gerald Jones too. Kamala definitely what? Kamala's definitely better for our people. Kamala's definitely a sister. Which one? What are you saying? I don't know what you're saying. Please be write complete sentences. Bad seed. She's Caribbean who spews anti-us rhetoric and says such and such doesn't exist. She was just buddy with Ben Shapiro till recent. Also were into victims into victimo. I don't know what you mean. She's Caribbean, so Candace Owens is Caribbean. Her mother, her parents is not descendants of slaves. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just asking. And same with Malcolm X. That's what somebody was using. Luke Skywalker from Two Live Crew was using that same kind of example, comparing himself to Malcolm X and Minister Farrakhan. Malcolm X used to be a pimp. Did Candace Owens used to be a pimp? Did Candace Owens do more harm to our people than Malcolm X? Just a question. Terrell V, we need to stop. Robert T, what is a sister and what are the requirements to be a sister? Exactly. I mean, I can answer that, but I'm trying to get y'all's definition because y'all are the majority. I'm the minority, right? So majority rules, allegedly. Kamala is not the one at all. Got you, Gerald. Cleveland, Ohio, in the house. Stella Brown, I just don't like Kamala. Why? We can't be on feelings, Stella. We got to bring some receipts. I'm not saying you wrong or right, but we need to know why. That's what the question is asked. Why do any of our people dislike Candace or Kamala? You know what I'm saying? Why is what we after. Free thinking conservative. She's not Caribbean. She's Indian and Irish. You talking about Harris, right? Kamala Harris. Kamala works for the system. Candace will eventually be destroyed. I mean, we all gonna eventually be destroyed by Father Time and Mother Nature, right? Stella Brown, Kamala is not your sister. Just stop. Come on, Stella. We need some definitions, though. Stella, we need some definitions. I feel your passion. We need definitions. Free thinking conservative. Malcolm X's father was a foundational Black American. So where's the receipts of Candace Owens? We talking about Candace Owens. Is Candace Owens from the Caribbean or is she from here? D-Dub, Kamala is disqualified. She's trying to channel. Kamala is disqualified. She's trying to channel Black women for the vote channel. But wasn't that when she / Biden was behind the massive jailing of our women's sons and husbands and fathers? Okay. Candace brings more positive to our community than Harris. Losing my immune system. Get on the live. Yeah, anybody can get on the live. Definitely hit the like button if y'all don't mind. Hit the like button and get on the live. Let me give you this StreamYard link. Anybody that wants to hop on live, I know it's lunchtime, so I know y'all ain't got a lot of time. Lano gets, they both are sisters. Okay, we looking for the definition of sisters. I believe Kamala is not an Asiatic, indigenous, Black American woman, mother, sister, not to be trusted. Tony Frazier, she put a lot of brothers in jail. Hey, James.
Hey, what's up,
What
Cam?
up, James?
I'm gonna make it real quick. The brother
James.
is yes. Can you hear me?
All right, I'll come back to you. Stella Brown, I don't like her energy. She don't like you and me. She don't like you and me. Stella, we need more. I understand what you're saying, but in the court of law and in reality and science of proving, you know what I'm saying, beyond a reasonable doubt, it can't be I don't like her energy. That's not going to get us nowhere. No feelings is going to get us nowhere. Elmatic, walaikum salam. I see you. The muscle is here. The muscle is here. Outward, inward, by the way, Brother Cam, I'm not judging people by I'm judging people, my bad. I am judging people by their actions, not by their words. Exactly. Candace has been riding since day one. She never abandoned Ye when he went at them, people, and just stood on the truth. I hear you. Candace Owens is from the Caribbean as a tether. Okay. Like I said, I'll research it. I don't know where she's from, but, so we'll see. She's my sister. Candace Owens is not paid for yet. I know I'm lagging behind, so forgive me. Free thinking conservative. Kamala's mother is East Indian. Her father is Irish and West Indian. LOL. Sugill. Candy jumped out the window with that thumbnail. Cam is a character. Nah, it's absolutely real. Matter of fact, let me put that up so we can keep that in our mind. You know, a picture is worth 1,000 words, so we can keep talking while we're looking at this picture. Gerald says, Kamala says nothing to support Asiatic, Black, Indigenous men and sons on all levels. The main reason people dislike Candace because she married to a white man and talks more proper, though eloquent, but she brings more positive to our community. It's not a feeling. I don't like the woman. That is a feeling. Like is come on, sis. You got to do better than that. That's absolutely a feeling. I don't like somebody is not proof. That's not receipts. That's absolutely a feeling, sister. Squab Cooks, Dr. Francis Cress Wilson equals sister, which means what though? We still want the definition. We still want the definition of sister, right? Malcolm told us to stop following these fake liberals, and who taught Malcolm that? Who taught Malcolm that? Robert T. A sister is usually a Black American woman with it. A sister is usually a Black American woman, but it is extended to most Black women of the diaspora, a term of endearment until they are proven different. I thought the term Black and sister was specifically a description of the descendants of slaves of North America. But, you know, that's, you know, people have different interpretations or definitions. Eric Swan, who would you rather let babysit your children? I'd pick Candace. Candace more transparent than Kamala. Kamala uses that fake smile too much. There's a time and a place for pretending, but not in politics. Politics is pretending. Politics is pretending. Lano gets, they're both Black. We all fall short of the will, the glory, or the whatever of God. I believe we can all change, hopefully, before it's too late. Yeah, we talking about what's going on right now, though. We talking about what a person is doing to us right now. We're not talking about what a person can do and have done in the past, what are they doing right now? We can talk about what they have done in the past because that's supposed to determine how we look at them today. But what are both of these doing in the present and the past? Outward, inward. I think we should first get a clear understanding of the definition of ethnicity, race, and then nationality first before we proceed. What do you think? I think, like I said, I gave my definition is descendant of slaves. All this business is centered around the descendants of slaves. The whole Bible, Quran, prophecies, oracles, stories is all pointing to the specific people that went through the worst crimes against humanity in the annals of human history, which is the black descendants of slaves of North America. So I can prove that, but I don't have time to right now because I'm just going through this fast with y'all. D-Dub, I mean channel black women as in her way of speaking in predominantly black towns, slang. That's not channeling. That's what you call that? Pandering. That's pandering or mocking. That's not channeling. Yeah, let me scroll because there I go. Robert T, right, is our ADOS term. That's why I said until proven otherwise. Free thinking. Today's math is not okay. If Kamala is black, where's her black family? I mean, you could say the same for Candace Owens. You know, at least she got a half black family. At least she used her womb, you know what I'm saying, for what it's used for. I mean, not necessarily by she didn't use it with the natural mate, but you know, she has the experience of being a mother and giving life, and her mother instinct kicks in. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about Harris. I don't know how she can relate to mothers and families if she don't have one and she never had that experience. Kamala Harris is pretty wicked, but she's produced no spawn from the coupling. Candace Owens has done at 180, but hatched eggs. Don't know how the such and such would be from this. Hey, you know, the mother is the first teacher. I mean, if y'all gonna get into the science of mating, the mother is the first teacher. The mother is the one who has the greatest influence on the child, male or female. So if she's on some radical, you know, war against the beast, and she got some DNA, some original DNA of those seeds, them half original seeds that was cooked in her womb, then they look like they're gonna be a better situation than somebody that's barren that ain't produced nothing. That's just my view about it. Tony Frazier, they're doing what the such and such wants them to do, sellouts. What are they doing exactly? That's good mudslinging, but what exactly are they doing, Tony Frazier? Black Americans lost our history and created one culture from many tribes. That's why Black Americans are more accepting of other Black cultures. Just recently, and the internet created this division. I don't think so. I think it's been there, the division been there, but the internet just brings it out. You know what I'm saying? Like my daughter said, and the immortal words of my daughter on this song with David Banner and Big Gip. There's always been a ace war. Social media just put it in your face more. Candace wants the best for us and holds us accountable without sugarcoating it. Sounds familiar? She speaks truth to power while demonstrating class and modesty. Bars. She ain't calling out twerkers to support her. She ain't calling out twerkers to rally to get her put in office on no office, because I don't think she's even running for no office, right? So her motivation to me is different because she's not running for no office. She's running to get, you know, information out to the masses for whatever reason, right? Salute and love to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and Mother Khadijah Farrakhan. Today is their 71st marriage anniversary. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and Mother Khadijah Farrakhan have been married 71 years today. Relationship goals. Ain't nobody got a better track record of representing black people and black love and black family and black marriage and commitment and war against the beast than the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and Mother Khadijah Farrakhan. Salute. God bless y'all. Y'all my heroes and sheroes and my example and the best example for all of us. Terrell V. Marcus Garvey wasn't from America, but black Americans adopted his ways. What was his ways? What was his ways? Or did he adopt our ways? Which one adopted which? What was his ways exactly? Devon Cutmore, she is an evil witch. Kamala, that is. Robert T. Kamala Harris, if elected, will be the first person to be president with no American ancestors for the past 200 years. Free Falling in Cali. Kamala's public record speaks for itself. Not her blackness. Candace, like it or not, does at least build off the merits of reporting, incorporating numbers, facts, receipts, and challenging popular opinion. Man, real journalistic type stuff. Robert T. Did Kamala Harris have to convert to Judaism before she married her husband? I mean, you see the minaret, whatever, what you call that little candle, that little, she said she had a Jewish wedding, and the laws of Jewish or Judaism state that the husband is the head of the wife. So if she becomes the head of America, then according to her own personal and spiritual belief and what she submitted to spiritually and physically, Doug Emhoff will be the head of America, not Kamala Harris. Doug Emhoff. And why doesn't she use Kamala Emhoff? Why is Kamala calling herself Harris instead of Emhoff? How does she know that we'll react to that if she calls herself Kamala Emhoff, which is her real last name that she chose to marry and sign up for? Terrell V, the last thing we need to do is created more friction between our black brothers in Africa and the West Indies. We too divided just in America alone. I don't know what that got to do with anything. Candace lives here in Nashville, Tennessee. Okay, I don't know what that means. I'm late. The layout of the debate suited Harris's prosecutor style. Imagine how many people saw her last time before being sentenced. Man. So Doug Emhoff, he's in control fully. If she submitted to that faith and that marriage, and of course, that what Candace is saying about Kamala Harris's husband's people. Have y'all kept that in mind? The position Candace Owens has recently, for the past month or two, since she got canceled by Kamala Harris's husband's people. Just imagine that. That's an excellent rivalry right there. That's an excellent rivalry. Kamala Harris has been canceled by Candace Owens has been canceled by Kamala Harris's husband's people. Free Falling Cali, thank you. As always, got the cash app. Thank you, Free Falling Cali. Candace Owens has been canceled. Candace Owens, yay. Nick Cannon, Kyrie Irving. You go down the whole line of everybody that's been canceled and called anti such and such by Kamala Harris's husband. So we're not even talking about what Kamala Harris, track record is against our people, but now her husband's people's track record against our people, especially those of us that's speaking out against their inordinate influence and control and power and ownership over our lives and our talents. That's something. That's something to think about, something to look at. Mad black man. Candace is naive in thinking these J people won't act to eliminate her. I don't think she's naive. I don't think she said that. I think she she said it out of her mouth. I've been watching her for the past month and a half, 2 months now. She's under no illusion or delusion that ain't what time it is. She just apparently got faith in her Christian God, her Catholic God, and she willing to go to war with the beast, and she identifying them as the beast. She constantly quoting Revelations 3:9 and Revelations 2:9. She know exactly what she up against. So don't project our cowardice onto her. She got bigger testicles than we do, most of us. Don't act like she crazy or she don't know what's going on. She know exactly what's going on. Red Sanford, confusing stuff to speak for us while trying not to offend their husbands and friends of their husband. Holding in the truth about such and such will give them ulcers. Who's holding in the truth? Um, probably so. Who's holding in the truth the most? Who's holding back more truth? Who's doing the most damage? Which one is better or worse to and for our people? Which sister is a sister and which sister is worse to and for our people? Candace does exactly what Farrakhan and Malcolm said: clean up your own house. Candace tries to do that. Neither one talking about an economic plan. Well, only one is running for president. Only one is running for president. So only one is responsible for talking about an economic plan, right? Only one is trying to be the ruler of you and your family for 4 years. So which one needs to be talking about an economic plan? Kanye all over the place. He trying to own hey, I heard that. This is about ownership and controlling economy. Well, no, this is about God and Satan. If money is your God, then it's about that. No, this is about good and evil. This is about the people that have been captured and human trafficked and enslaved and destroyed for the last 470 years by a specific other people, and who the architect was, who them other people was that was the architects of all of this. So which one of these two sisters is speaking more to that pain and more to that prophecy? Does anybody know economics? This about spiritual. This is spiritual warfare in flesh, not ghost spirits outside. I'm talking about real spiritual human being warfare. Moby, the saying is you can't talk black and sleep white. What is our thought on the brother? What is our thought on the brother? Cam, I don't know what you're saying. If y'all know anything about what makes us the real descendants of slaves, what makes us the special and chosen people by God, if you into that, because it got to be God business, because God allowed this satanic hell that we've been suffering for the last 470 years. He allowed that to happen, and we was picked out specifically because of the color of our skin, specifically because of racism. So if God is real and God exists and God is a judge, then he's going to judge according to how we were judged. If the devil was interested in doing what they did to us because of the color of our skin, then God also is interested in retaliating and giving us justice and repairing us based on the color of our skin, based on priority. You know what I mean? Nobody is equal with us in this atrocity, so nobody is equal with us in the repairing of it. It don't mean that God ain't for everybody, but he's first things first. He's first things first. So the product, what makes us special is the majority of our women, Black women, were forced to give birth because of RAPE for 400 years, was forced to give birth to mulatto offspring. Forced. You know what I mean? So we are special people. A lot of us, talking about, well, as long as your father is Black and your mother is white, then you can pass. The chosen people, the worst victims of this whole slavery thing was the Black women, the Black slave girls. I won't even say women because they was getting ravaged by the male slave masters, running through all the little slave girls on his plantation, even into adulthood, their whole lives. So they was forced to produce mulatto children by a white father. By a white father, the product of RAPE, and this is for 400 years. So this produced a whole different light-skinned type of Black person that's made out of evil and righteousness, that didn't ask to come here. God allowed that to happen. This is a God subject. This is God business. This is not politics. So Candace Owens, regardless of her choosing that, she still is made out of the material and produced the same material that God chose, that he came to destroy this world for, because they by force produced these type of children that Candace Owens has produced. So soon as she, got threatened, though, soon as them children got threatened by the people that she at war with, she instantly, her Black mother instinct kicked in, and she willing to fight the bear, fight the tiger, or whatever for her children, even if her children are mulatto or biracial, or the father is white. Her Black woman instincts kicked in. Her Black mama instincts kicked in. Kamala Harris, from my knowledge, don't have no Black mama instincts because she's not a Black mama. That's just what I think. If you was to ask me, you know what I'm saying, that's just what I had thought. Dave O, salute. Both are not sisters of ours since they're in submission to and are led by. Is that true? I don't see Candace Owens' husband speaking out on what his wife is speaking out on. I don't see him being the leader of that subject. Not saying he ain't. You could be right, but I don't see him being the leader of what his wife is doing, going at the synagogue of Satan. I ain't heard his voice yet. So you think he's the one telling her to do that? I don't know about that one. But thank you, Dave-O. Thank you for the super chat. The older you get, the more you see signs of God. It's usually the ones who sin the most and make poor decisions, but want to do the right thing. See more signs though over the few righteous. Are you dumb? The mother is the beginning and the end. Terrell V. Matthew, God reveals himself to the ignorant more than to the few righteous, but it's only if he knows in your heart you want to change. Now he reveals himself to everybody. It's on us to choose. Yao Asantewa, greetings. Kamala and Candace are not the original Americans. They are not our people. Skin folk per Riza Islam, not Kim. Riza Islam didn't coin that. They both oppose the Black Americans. Are not the original Americans. What is Candace Owens? If she's not the original American, what is she? Can you produce? Can you give us some info on that? Dave O. Well, many things can be happening behind closed doors. I do know that if he is her husband, she is such and such as woman, and they'll probably agree ideologically. I don't know. I don't know. If you into the Bible and the Quran and stories about that, you have examples of the wife of Noah and the wife of Lot and the wife of Pharaoh. So I ain't gonna go into that, but anybody who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. You know, Candace is from the Caribbean. Candace is from the Caribbean. So both her parents is from the Caribbean. So if she's from the Caribbean, how did she get to the Caribbean? How did she get to the Caribbean? How did the black people that's in the Caribbean right there get there? And when? When did they get there? Kamala, Daryl Jackson, Kamala have the black/brown germ in her genetic makeup, but her mindset doesn't come from the crucible of slavery. Culturally, she's not connected to our 400-year struggle. Zippa Doodah. The Devil Made Me Do It by Kamala 2024. Religion not going to get you out of the hole it out you in. Neither of them about anything. Is change your conscience. This is no disrespect. You said neither of them are about anything. Is Kamala Harris or Candace Owens doing more to wake up black people or to expose black people to our real enemy than you are? There's no disrespect. You or me or whatever. Is Kamala Harris or Candace Owens doing more is in the form of informing black people of their real enemy than you are or I am? Yes or no? Watching people gestures are more telling in inner thinkings unspoken aloud. Stella Brown, she is from Alabama. Who is from Alabama? Candace Owens. Candace Owens is from Alabama. So yeah, we bringing receipts. We're not bringing feelings. Feelings don't matter here. Feelings mean absolutely nothing here. Emotions mean nothing. So if we're gonna hurl emotions and insults and say who we don't like, but we ain't did nowhere close to the raising of consciousness than the people that we don't like. Has Kamala Harris raised our consciousness? Has Kamala Harris attacked our enemy for us? Or has Trump done more exposing and attacking of our real enemy than Kamala Harris? I'm not even getting on. I'm not voting for neither one of them. I don't vote, never have and never will. But I can definitely ask the question and see if y'all can produce the receipts. I practice what I preach. My family is black. You can't separate that didn't answer my question, no, brother or sister. I'm not sure which one you are. We talking about track record, history of works. If we're gonna accuse somebody else of not being good for our people, they ain't did nothing for our people. And I can pick out. I can go on YouTube right now for the last few months and see that what Candace Owens, since she got on my radar, what she has been doing against the real enemy and for us, for our consciousness and waking us up to who our real enemy is, what she done in the last 2 months is greater than anybody that I've seen in my whole career, other than the Nation of Islam, other than Minister Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam. So, and she got a white husband. So, I don't agree with none of that, but I'm gonna call it what it is. I don't care how you feel about it, how none of y'all feel about it. I know who the real enemy is. If y'all don't know who the real enemy is, especially if you claim to be a Christian and you won't read Revelations 3 and 9 and Revelations 2 and 9 and all these pastors that's getting paid by the Revelations 2 and 9 and 3 and 9 people is quiet like church mouses, then we ain't really got nothing to talk about. We the people that's the number one on the anti such and such list, remember? So now Candace Owens them ranked right up under us. You know what I'm saying? So the enemy of my enemy is my what? The enemy of my enemy is my what? Candace came from a big black family. More slaves landed in the Caribbean. Well, that's where they took the slaves first. That's why I even asked that question. So Eric Swan is correct. They didn't go through the full experience, the full bowel belly torture of the beast for 400 and some years like we went, but that's how we got here. We didn't get brought straight to America. We got brought to the Isles of the Caribbean, those islands, to be broken. That's where they broke the slaves. That's the Middle Passage. So those of us that was adults that got took directly from Africa, we wasn't going to submit to being a slave. No, we either jumped overboard or fought or got wiped out. And the ones that survived that made it all the way to the Caribbean, they broke them if they could. And the ones they couldn't, that's why it took 64 years. We first got to the Caribbean in 1555. But we didn't really reach the shores of America, allegedly, according to them. They learned, from 1555 that they wasn't successful, so they had to make a stopover, a layover in the Caribbean and break the slave. It took 64 years. It took mating the rebellious slaves and letting them have children in this strange land that they wasn't familiar with in the islands, and take the babies and take the babies and raise them totally mentally dead and bring them to America. It's the same way that we was made into, how you make lions and tigers perform in a circus. You can't go to the middle of Africa and grab no grown lions and think they're going to perform in your circus. Nope, you got to capture them and take them somewhere outside of their natural habitat and let them mate. And then take the cubs and delete off the parents, just use them as studs, let them mate with each other, but never bring them to your circus. Take the cubs, take them away from the parents, teach them to, fear a little whip in the chair, traumatize them when they're so young and small that they can't fight back against the Euro ringmaster. Feed them what you want to feed them, you know what I'm saying? Take them away from other lions so now they don't even know what they are. You feeding their body, so their body is growing up and they growing into a lion, but they think that they're a poodle or a pussycat. That's what they did to us as slaves. They didn't bring us directly from Africa to here. They brought us to the islands of the Caribbean and broke us there. That's the Middle Passage. That's where all the dungeons, slave dungeons, and all of that is at. That had the little 6-pointed stars on the top of the door, if y'all know what that is. So our people in the Caribbean is us. That is us. They just didn't go through the full 400-year hell experience right here under the slave master, but it was slave masters in the Caribbean. So let's get our story straight. Black Mud, salute. Thanks for the cash app. I'm not voting for either demon. Salute Cornell West. Well, you talking about Trump, because Candace Owens ain't running for president. This is about Candace Owens versus Kamala Harris, and why we would claim one of them is cool. We like one of them, but we don't like the other one. So that's super selective politic and selective outrage if you never saw it. Because you can't like one and dislike the other. That's pure hypocrisy. That's pure hypocrisy. Booker T, that's why this tethers get nothing ideology is asinine. I agree. I understand. It just depends on what tethers we talking about. If we talking about tethers from somewhere else, is totally understandable. But if we talking about so-called tethers from the Caribbean, that don't hold no water, because the Caribbean is us. But if you from Haiti or Africa or Nigeria or whatever, and you're trying to undermine this, that's what I understood the definition of tether was, that somebody that's undermining the struggle and the blood, sweat, tears, and life loss of descendants of slaves, that's coming here to to go for yours on our backs at our expense. That's what the definition of a tether was, as far as I understood. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Change your consciousness. Is Owens' husband an enemy? By nature and by history. By nature and by history. But, you know, is Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris the one running for president to rule you. I don't think Kamala Harris is trying to run for a position to rule you. So, you know, that's your answer right there. Even if his husband is the enemy, she's not trying to rule you. Her and her husband ain't running for no position of power to rule you, right? So why are we more upset and more threatened by Candace Owens than we are by the one that's actually trying to rule you? We really don't know her husband's politics. Is he our enemy directly? We don't know. Do we know? So she's a hypocrite. Who's a hypocrite? Why is all this directed at the one that's not running to rule you? Why is all these names slang against the one that's not trying to rule you? That's not pandering to you and promoting twerking and deleting your own innocent unborn babies. Candace Owens is against all of that. Why you ain't saying that the person that's trying to get you to delete your babies and had a history of locking up your people and married an enemy? Why are you saying that? Why are you not saying that that's the hypocrite? Boy, you must be voting, right? You must be voting. Yeah, that's what the subject is about. So which one is the hypocrite? Exactly. I absolutely brought it up. So I brought it up just so I can see where y'all emotional judgment lies. Exactly why I brought it up. They're not us, but they are cousins. If they thought we were 100% the same, they would have included Black America in their. It depends on what they struggle is. It depends on what their knowledge of self is. The only reason why we this knowledgeable is because we had the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that woke us up to our identity. They didn't have him. So we got to take that into account. They working with whatever they had. They had Marcus Garvey or whatever. They didn't have the revelation, the messenger Messiah of God that revealed the secret revelation of their identity and they divine prophetic, you know, they didn't have that. We only had that. So we can't expect them to be as conscious as we are. And we that have it ain't even conscious. We rejecting it and rebelling against it. We quick to point the finger at somebody else, though, but we got God's man in our midst and we ain't doing nothing with it. So who's the hypocrites? Who's the, you know, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. It's not because knowledge wasn't available. It said, no, they ignored the law of their God. So God ignored them. He made the information in the message and the messenger clear to us. And we just ignored it. We got something better to do. Is a baby cub more of an enemy than a full-grown lion? He's a baby. Who is that? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Squad Cooks. Can I say how much I appreciate? Oh man, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you even more. Like Candace Owens, I'm not running for no office. I'm running to get my people information to make so they can make better judgments and choices. The people that really is trying to inform you are your real sisters and brothers. That's your real friends. So I don't know that Candace Owens is trying to run for no political office or trying to scam us out of nothing. According to what I can see, she has become an activist because somebody tried to scam her or use her, and she got hip to how she was being used. You know, sometimes things don't go your way. You know, we become activists for all kind of personal reasons. Yeah, selfish reasons, but whatever gets you to the gym, whatever gets you to the battlefield. And once you get to the battlefield and you start displaying your talents for the right cause, then I'm not going to ask you why you wouldn't talk about this before. Julian Cook, thank you, Julian Cooks. I got your cash app. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. But we ain't asking Malcolm X, why you stop pimping? You used to be a pimp. I ain't gonna respect you as Malcolm X. You ain't no black leader. Why we don't hit him with that? Look how many years it took him to become Malcolm X. It didn't take Candace Owens that long to be waking up and going to war with the beast like she going. But if we looking for excuses, we gonna always find them. Yeah, I would have to look up the information on the Caribbean. I need to familiarize myself with it. We were here in North America before slavery and Christopher Columbus. Who is we? So we hear that a lot, right? We hear that in the forms of FBA, in the form of Moors, like the original indigenous Black Indians was already here. That's if you understand that correctly. If you understand like the Nation of Islam theology about the tribes and the specific identities of certain tribes. So if you're talking about anybody with kinky hair, that's the tribe of Shabazz, the so-called Negroid African tribe. Are you saying that tribe was here already? Or are you saying a straight hair Black indigenous tribe, Moor tribe was here? Because, that's why we get into scripture, or we get into biblical prophecy, spiritual prophecy, because the spiritual prophecy is clear. It's talking about the ones that was brought overseas, the ones that was brought here to a strange land, that was afflicted and in bondage in a strange land that was not theirs. So anybody that's FBA and saying that we was already here, then we're not talking about you. The Bible's not talking about you. The Quran, the prophets, the prophecies is not talking about you then. It's talking about that people that got kidnapped. So that's part of what a lot of people don't want to deal with. We want to claim FBA and ADOS and this and that, or we don't. We want to claim reparations. Yeah, reparations. The reparations that y'all looking for is political. The reparations that we looking for and demanding is not political. It's spiritual. And it's only going to come from curses and plagues and God, wrath directly from forces of nature and through us. So it's a different fight altogether. It's a whole different fight. We're not political. We don't believe in the solution is politics. We never going to get no reparations from no politicians through no voting process. That's never going to happen. It's going to come through a divine process of widespread deletions, widespread plagues and curses. Mad Black Man, Cam, would you ever be willing to visit my boxing gym and talk to a group of children for a few minutes about who you are and how you overcame some of the obstacles they may face, such as peer pressure? Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know where your gym is at, but we can definitely holler. You can hit my DM, West Coast Cam, on my IG, and yeah, let me know where you're at. Let me know how we can set it up. Yeah, that'll be my honor. Had to throw a lady out the club. It's all good. That's what you're here for. I can't catch all these comments, so I get to rambling or whatever. Next thing you know, I'm missing a bunch of comments. So. Gerald Jones, salute, Big Gerald, man. Appreciate you for the cash app. Thank you for the cash app, man. I appreciate you. This is like Candace Owens. They just shut her down. They just demonetized and suspended her YouTube account. So, for stuff like this. So I appreciate y'all for helping me keep the lights on. And that's why I got to be real careful about the words I say on here, because this ain't my channel. This is my brother's channel, Big Steel. So salute Big Steel. So I appreciate y'all support. That's why I don't even really push for the super chats, but just so we can highlight it and read it, I like for y'all to be able to, be highlighted so I can read it and post y'all up and give y'all props. But if you're really trying to help me, then you can hit that Cash App and I'll just read it out loud and what I'm saying, give you a wrench or whatever if you need one. But all of this is a scam. All of this is a big money grab. They see that we waking our people up, so they hate the fact that they sponsoring us. You know what I'm saying? They're giving us a platform to wake our people up against them. So they shut her down again. They've been shut Minister Farrakhan down and Reza and members of the nation and all that. Anybody that's talking against the people that Candace is talking against, which is Kamala Harris' husband's people, then they're going to shut them down. So we got to hit them as hard as we can until they do. Street Media TV. Brother, I love you, but on this topic, you're incorrect. I wish we could further discuss this topic. We can further discuss it right now. Here's the link. Street Media TV. We can discuss it right now. Why put off tomorrow or later on to what we can do right now? There's the link. Digital Soapbox Network, StreamYard.com. Just hit that link and let's discuss it right now. And tell me where I'm incorrect. That's what I love about being live. Don't y'all love this live real-time interaction? You hit something live and I'm on it with you live. Street Media.
Peace, family.
Peace.
Yeah. I came into knowledge of stuff around 95, and when I was in prison with the brothers from the nation. They was the first ones that told me I wasn't a nigga, and gave me the game. I've been online 5 different channels since 2009. A lot of people know who I am. I have a couple big channels. For years, we was calling this stuff out, getting channels knocked down. I even had people leave letters at my house. We was going ham, calling this stuff out. And people like Candace Owens was diametrically opposed to us. She was going against the grassroots for years.
Right.
And they was giving her a platform to talk down on her own community. It
Absolutely.
wasn't until she said something about them, but she started regurgitating the points that we were saying. It's kind of like they'll never give us the microphone to talk.
Absolutely.
They gave her the microphone. So a lot of us on the grassroots that's been really going back and forth with these people for a long time, we see them coming a long way. She went on TV one time and said she got married for IQ. When they asked her why she married a white man. This is the same woman that had a case against this college for racial discrimination. When she first came out, she was black first, fighting for the cause, and then she switched up because it was profitable for her. So it goes back.
What am I incorrect about?
Well, I say that you're incorrect where the aspect of where you're using her now with Kamala Harris is saying that she's fighting for our people, or she's doing it, she's not. What she saw was
she was fighting for our people.
When I tuned in, when you said that you put her up against Kamala, and you said you put up, what she's doing, going against the man as opposed to Kamala. That's what
did I say? She was fighting for our people.
When you said when she was going against those people, and she was speaking on behalf.
She was fighting for our people.
Well, you used the term she was speaking on behalf of our people. I don't want to misquote you, but that's
she is. If she's going against the enemy of our enemy is our what?
Well, I wouldn't call her our friend.
Because I'm not saying. I'm saying the quote. I
understand the quote, but that's where I disagree. That's what I'm saying. That's where I disagree with that.
You say I'm incorrect. You didn't say you disagree. So what am I incorrect on?
When you use the statement and what you're saying, because in the context of when you use it, she's not our friend.
We just cleared that up that I didn't say that. So what am I incorrect on?
No, I just told you what you said. You said that.
Let me be quiet and let you. You got the floor. I'm gonna listen carefully and talk slowly and tell me what I'm incorrect on.
When I tuned in, and you was you was talking about her contributions as opposed to Kamala Harris's. And you were saying it don't matter how she come. At some point, she started to call out our historical enemy. Am I incorrect when I say that?
No, that's correct. That's correct.
Right. And what I disagreed was that she's not really doing that. She's only doing that because it's hold on. Let me explain to you why I'm saying it. I'm saying it because, like I said, I understand what you're saying, but these YouTube spaces is profitable for a lot of people, and they give them platforms. People like me and you talk. The algorithm is never going to place us out in front because we're sincerely on the front line trying to wake up and save our people. Is a reason why they give these people these platforms like that. So she's doing this as a quick grift for money. People like you, when you come on here and you talk, it's totally different than when she's doing it. They're never going to let you go against the rabbi, but they allow her to go against. So we already peeped the crafty counsel and the way that the enemy play. So that's
how
all.
How did they let me come in the rap game with Cube?
Say how they let you come in the rap game with Cube?
Yeah, I was on a mainstream platform for a minute.
It was, and you had a historic album. Dudes like me at 49, we all love.
No, I'm saying, but how did they let me in?
The same way they let other groups in, but they don't give us. We don't keep the microphone where we're loud out in front because they learn the mistakes.
That's what I'm saying. Does Candace have the microphone now?
Candace has the microphone, but Candace doesn't have the track record that you have.
Candace don't have the track record
of a traitor to our people.
All right. So are you familiar with Malcolm X, right?
Absolutely.
What was he before he was Malcolm X?
He was something red. What they called him, Detroit Red.
No. What was he?
No, he was a pimp. He was a lot of things. So was I.
He was worse than what Candace Owens is, right?
I would say no.
So him selling our little girls and selling little girls wasn't worse.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because the thing is, I've been locked up for all kinds of crimes against my people at one time, right? And I was deaf, dumb, and blind, and I was ignorant.
What is she doing worse than what Malcolm X did?
No, I'm gonna explain to you.
But I gotta hurry up and get to it, bro.
Okay. What I'm saying is, when you know better, you do better. I mean, when we deaf, dumb, and blind, and we're ignorant.
You're not doing better now?
Huh?
She's not doing better now?
That's the point I'm making. Absolutely not. No, because she knows better, and she's doing this.
Her calling out the greatest enemy, the ones that's the architects of the transatlantic slave trade, is not doing greater work.
No, because it's not sincere, and she's doing it for money, and she's still calling out our community in a very disparaging way. And she
don't call out our community worse than Minister Farrakhan do.
No, it's from two totally different contexts, brother. We just going to disagree on this one. Like I said, two totally different contexts. And the reason why
it's the same information. They're saying the same thing.
No, they're not. And it's not saying.
Brother, I've been in the nation for 35 years. They're saying exactly the same thing.
And like I said, but we two brothers that have been on the front line for more than 30 years.
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about what her background or history or
track record. That has to matter, Cam. That has to matter. Huh? That definitely has to matter. That
does it matter when Malcolm?
Yes, it does. And when we see,
why do you respect Malcolm?
Because I'm telling you, but you're not hearing me. What I'm saying is this: if you are a person, right, and we know that at one point you was deaf, dumb, and blind, and when you came to the light of who you was and understood you wasn't a nigga, you changed your ways, right?
Mm-hmm. How long did it take Malcolm?
Huh?
How long did it take Malcolm to change his ways?
It took him to have to go sit down in prison.
How long?
It took him a couple of years. It took him some time.
How long did it take Candace to change her tune, her rhetoric?
Candace Owens came in with the rhetoric that we were saying.
How long did it take her?
I don't know, but we know.
How can you say that she's worse?
Because she had to not. What I'm saying is this: when I was in the streets, right? When what's the name was in the streets, he wasn't talking the way that we talk. She came in talking like us. She had the knowledge already. She knew.
How you figure she had the knowledge of
it? Because I've been around I watched her when she was in college. I understood what she taught when she first came in before she switched it for money. I mean, we came in, we was doing nigga stuff in the street until we got knowledge.
Do you know what year Malcolm came in the nation?
It was around late 50s, early 60s.
Right. You know how long the nation was in existence before he got in?
I totally understand that.
So I'm saying if the nation was going Mastafari Muhammad was teaching since 1930 and Malcolm didn't come into 1950 something, what took him so long?
Say again.
What took Malcolm so long if the nation was already, the teaching was already going on in 1930? Malcolm and he didn't get involved until 1950 something.
Again, that's the point I'm making. Malcolm didn't have the knowledge. I'm gonna say
because what makes she had the knowledge of the nation?
Because he came in
of the enemy that she's going against now.
But she came in going against the enemy. When she came in,
going against the Zionists.
Yes, when she made her introduction, if you go back to early, Her early days, she came in talking this way to the point where she had
talking against the Zionists specifically.
She came in talking against white supremacy.
No, that's not Zionism. Zionism is the ones that's propping up and promoting anti-white supremacy. They're acting like they're with us.
No, we know that. We us, those of us that know that she came in. What I'm telling you is where we I can say this. I got to take my son somewhere. Where we disagree is she came. What I'm telling you is for my.
You said I was incorrect.
No, but we got past. I explained that because when I didn't want to misquote you, but I said it sort of to what you said. I just think that where we disagree is when she came in, the stuff that she's trying to talk now by using our talking points, she was already talking that way. They beat up on her. She had a case against them. She changed her stance and went full Sambo. So, and they allowed her to denigrate and talk about our community, talk about our IQs, talk about all these different things. When she went, I forgot that show she was on. When she had the conversation with the rabbi, they started to punish her. So now she's going full-fledged on them, doing what we were always doing. My only argument is we've been doing this. The Zionists make sure that they don't put the microphones in our face because we're more effective in waking up our people because of our track records. That's my only argument.
Why did they take the microphone from her face?
Huh? They're not that. Listen, they take the microphone and give it back to her.
No, listen.
Yeah.
Why did they take the microphone from her face?
They took the microphone from her face because she went when she had the argument with that rabbi and she used that Bible prophet about the synagogues of Satan. So they took it, but they took it from her before and gave it back to her. They're going to give it back to her because they use her as a prop. They always got a few good niggas they use as a prop, Ken.
All right. Well, like I said,
just remember your album that you put out, man. Listen, those Jewish run record labels, they're never going to fully promote the stuff that you was talking about to black men. That's not going to be promoted. We know what's being promoted.
Yeah, they're not going to promote Candace either.
Huh?
They're not promoting Candace either.
We're going to disagree with that, my brother. But I love you, man. I got to go because I got to.
I love you too, big bro. Appreciate you.
All right, bro.
All right, peace. Dope conversations. Salute to the street media. I want more conversation. I appreciate how he pulled up. So that's what men's supposed to do. Whether we agree or not, he pulled up immediately. He had his family. So that's a man after my own heart right there. So we would definitely be able to agree. If we had enough time with each other, we would definitely be able to iron it out and agree quickly. That's what real men do. Salute to my bro. Gerald Jackson, she's been demonetized. Yeah, she's been suspended and demonetized. Yeah, but she was already demonetized before. So whoever she got on relationships with, whether it's Elon Musk or whatever, she connected. So you know, you gotta know how to play the game in them circles. Yeah. You got to be able to play the game. When in Rome, you got to play the game. But white supremacy is not Zionism. It is, you know, but so many people that call themselves Zionists, they use that. They're the one pushing and promoting, you know, white supremacy is the enemy because that's big brother going against little brother. Little brother is Trump and his following. The Gentile whites. You have the so-called Jewish whites and you have the Gentile whites. The Hatfields and the McCoys, big brother versus little brother. The so-called, you know, metaphorically speaking, the Nazis versus the Jews. White supremacy is the title that they use, the emotional title that they use for us to get us to side with them against the Trump, so-called Trump white supremacist camp. But if you know the history of the Nation of Islam, we were wiser than that. Allah, you know, Master Fard Muhammad made us wiser than that. He made us so wise that we was able to go sit down. Malcolm X and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad went and sat down and came to agreements with the American Nazi Party and the KKK. Does it mean that we was sellouts? Or did they willingly, I forgot the dude, the oil baron dude that was tied in with the KKK. They wanted what we wanted. They respected the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and his program and his wants and beliefs so much that this was a billionaire oil baron that was allegedly tied in with the KKK that put up money to get us away from them, to get the nation, all that want to go with you, Elijah Muhammad. I'll put up money so you can get land or whatever and farmland to do your own thing. Y'all stay over there, we stay over here. So that was the reparations. That's what we was after in the first place. And it didn't come from no politicians. It came from rich, Gentile, you know what I'm saying, white men that wanted the same thing we wanted, which was separation, which is natural. So the same agreement we came to, similar, not the same, but with all these so-called separatists, because that's how we got here. Don't act like we all friends, that hypocritical trick like we all together now when we suffering, we wearing your last name. We don't know how to speak our own language. You didn't split your bank account with us. You ain't split none of this property of the United States with us. Don't act like we together. When we paying our tax dollars, our slave tax dollars is paying the state of Israel's reparations for the last 76 years, but y'all don't got nothing for us. So white supremacy is not the same thing. White supremacy is another deceptive label that so-called Revelations 3 and 9 people, Kamala Harris' husband, people use to emotionally deceive us, to use us as their soldiers, emotional soldiers, like we're fighting a just cause while they sit back and laugh and let us cancel each other out. And then come in when the dust settles and get all the chips like they always do. So when somebody, a sister that's, you got two, this is how God works. The devil gonna pick a so-called sister and put her with a Satan, you know what I'm saying, an enemy, and for their agenda. And then God gonna do the same thing. Okay, I'm gonna handpick one of mine and somebody that's already with one, because he ain't gonna never say go get with one to do this. He gonna pick one that's already chosen one, like Candace Owens, and then he gonna put his inspiration in her head. And now they gonna go, you got two sisters that got white men, you know what I'm saying, that's diametrically opposed to each other in every way. And we supposed to be wise enough to sit back and see which one is really better for us when it comes down to it. Only one of them is running for office to try to rule us. Which one is that? Only one is actually trying to run for office to rule us. The other one is just trying to give us information for whatever reason or whatever her motives is. She's trying to inform us of Satan, who the Satans are. And that just happen to be the same people that Minister Farrakhan and, the modern day Moses and Aaron been saying was Satan for the last 94 years. So, but I don't mind being called incorrect. I just want to get on here and see you prove it. I want to hear your argument. Where you prove it at? Left Lane Hip Hop. Where's the land? We still own it. We still own it. That's Muhammad Farms. It's farmland. That's where we grow our own farm, beans and rice and vegetables and fruits. Yeah, it's Muhammad Farms. Did you know that? But we in cahoots. We in cahoots with the Ike man. The Ike man created the nation, right? Yep. Yeah, but yeah, here's the link, Mr. Lambo. Mr. Lambo.
What up, brother? What up, brother? I just want to tap in real quick, man. I know we talked before. I told you that I've been, you know what I'm saying, had my radar on Candace for a long time, right? Like I'm one of those dudes that do, extensive research on people, and like I said, man, she have been coming as a ally and a truth teller and a, you know what I'm saying, a person that's waking us, out to wake us up from the jump. Now I told you she did a documentary in my hood about George Floyd, and there's some behind the scenes stuff that I know about that brother because that's my neighborhood. You feel me? And I know that whole situation. I saw when they tore that up how it was constructed. Like
Somebody else doing it.
They put that together. That wasn't us, brother. I'm
Right.
from Minneapolis my whole life. You hear me?
Yeah.
And I seen what it was, and I heard what she was saying, and I know the district attorney and all that, right? So, anyways, I just know that since she got on my radar, she's one of the people that don't like to be, you know what I'm saying, wrong. Like she takes that as a, you know what I'm saying, like she like to, when I say doesn't like to be wrong, but Candace Owens, she like to tell the truth. She stands for truth.
Right.
And I said that because it's the truth, it's the real truth, her natural nature is coming up out of her, regardless of what all that other stuff, regardless of all that other stuff that.
Right.
And I noticed that Black people, a lot of us get emotional when we get critiqued. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we get critiqued, but she, man, like you said, a minister been giving us them higher truths about ourselves from the beginning. You feel me?
Yeah.
From the beginning. And okay, she might have aligned herself with a conservative movement and might have got her voice heard and got in the industry of the media, but they'll support what's her name, twerking with the president, Megan Thee Stallion. She did what she had to do to get in the industry and get her career started. You feel what I'm saying? And look what she's using her. Look what she's using hers for. You feel what I'm saying? So, but with her, she's telling the truth to people that really like to be sleep, and that's what I've been learning too as well. Like some people, man, when you wake them up, they get mad. You know what I'm saying? You ever wake somebody up out there, say, "Hey, would you wake me up?" Like they can't stand that. Like so.
Which one is worse? Like they both got white husbands, right? But one is trying to rule us, and one is trying to inform us, right? One that's trying to rule us is promoting abortions, promoting the deletion of God's innocent, precious little unborn human lives that he intends.
She's running on that. That's her main campaign.
She's running on that. So abortions versus a white husband, like also. You know, you don't like Candace Owens because whatever she said or whatever position she took, you know what I'm saying? Okay, she wasn't representing Black people like she should, but the one you want to vote for is representing deleting Black people, the most innocent people by the millions.
By the millions. So listen, this what I have to say about that white husband thing, right? I believe, like you were saying, I think she's getting used by God, because you got to think about it like this. If she would have had a Black husband during all of this,
right?
If she would have had a Black husband, you see how they
never got a platform.
She did a show on Michael Jackson and who deleted him. Like she
right.
calling them out, and all the atrocities. Like that's one of the big atrocities. When I speak about reparations, I just don't go back to slavery. I talk about the Department of Education, the crack epidemic, the recording contract. That's our natural resource, and they siphoned that, blood sucked that up out of us, and they got all the wealth, and we don't got none of that wealth. They let a few get it, but hell no. She's speaking out directly on purpose, and that white husband, I think they some UK people, so I think they might got some royal ties or something that's keeping her. She ran up under the Catholics or something, but she's talking our language.
Yeah, she'll come to the understanding on what that's all about in time also. But like you said, God used this God business. God used her because she already made the choice to be with that man. So God knows how to bring forth the living from the dead, and he know how to bring forth the dead from the living. And we got the greatest example in the nation, which is the teacher and the finder and founder of the nation, which is Master Fard Muhammad. He had to be made out of both Black and white. He had to be able to made to look white, to look like a white man, so he could slide in among us, because we were so busy worshiping white people that we would have rejected him if he was jet Black, and the enemy would have been able to identify him, and so he wouldn't have been able to be as successful getting to us as he was. So
wow, Kim, I never heard that said like that. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, you have to be able to look a certain way to get in among us, to plant your bombs. You know what I'm saying? Like
For sure. Because
allegedly,
yeah,
like,
like you say, we hate anything black. We was broke. Like you said, we was broke we was broke to be like that from ancestries. I remember I told you. I don't know if they got it on here right now, but my thumbnail for the outward inward that's John Augustus Gross. That's that's a slave from Missouri.
right.
He was the third kind of slave. You got the house nigga, you got the field nigga, but then you got that third slave, that runaway, that rebellious one. You hear me? He ran away at 16 and joined the union. I mean, it's a whole story behind it, but yeah, that's my blood I got in me, so that's how I'm rocking.
Man, appreciate you, Mr. Lambo.
Appreciate you. Love.
So yeah, just like the biracial subject, you know, like I said, this is God business. This ain't political business. Politics ain't gonna get us nowhere. You know, I do local politics or something like that, but this presidential politics ain't finna get us nowhere. But Candace Owens is being used by God, and you know, she already chose what she chose, but God can forgive and redeem anybody, even if you already got white children with a white man or whatever. How many females already deleted and sinned against God by deleting their innocent babies multiple times? So Candace Owens is worse than you. If you done deleted your innocent child in your womb, Candace Owens is worse than you. Black women is doing that by 500,000 per year on average, 500,000 abortions on average. And Candace Owens is worse than you. So God still can use you, right? You still think God ain't finished with you yet, right? But we so quick to Candace Owens did this and she did this. Well, your older brother probably supposed to be alive right now, but your mama deleted him. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting how we selectively be outraged. But even in the Bible, Moses, y'all don't know that Moses was biracial. All of these saviors for us be biracial because they have to be able to slip in among us. They have to have a knowledge and an understanding of both natures. They have to be made out of the material that they're not fascinated and worshiping white people. They know what they really about. So it's a unique situation that requires unique saviors, unique representatives, unique messengers that's directly in that subject matter. Candace Owens is not a politician. She's not running for no political office. She's claiming God. She's saying Christ is king. Christ is king. So she banging on that battlefield. So that they not the same. They not the same. Yep. Master Farad was biracial. Moses was biracial. Minister Farrakhan biracial. So the saviors for us be biracial because this is a racial issue. God and devil is racial issue. That's a racial issue. God is a so-called race, with a nation, a genetic identification, and devil is a genetic identification or race. Yeah. Here go the link. Anybody want to get on with me? It's getting hot. Who want to fade me? Who want to argue? There go the StreamYard link, Digital Soapbox Network, StreamYard.com. Who else want to say I'm incorrect? Hop on here like a man. Let's talk. Or like a woman. Let's talk. Which one is really a sister? Kamala Harris or Candace Owens? Which one is better for our people and why? What is there? What is there about what is there that our people don't like about Candace Owens, but we do like about Kamala Harris? I so want to hear your answers. Why do any of us dislike Candace Owens but like Kamala Harris? I would love to hear those incredibly unsound answers. There go the link. Hit the StreamYard. Other than if not, I'm just gonna have to tap out and come back later. If y'all don't mind, can y'all hit the thumbs or hit the like button, please? Hit the like button for me so we can get this on people's news feeds so they can see this live. So somebody, you know, that might want to jump on if they feel inspired. If they inspired, because I'm here calling for it, calling you out, challenging you, daring you, inviting you, whichever thing that'll get you to interact and say your piece. Don't say it on the keyboard. Don't say it after the live go off. If you're watching it now and you know you feel a certain kind of way, get on here with me. So, and that's how God works. That's how warfare works. Warfare ain't just cut and dry, black and white and just easy to decide. It's all kind of nuances. It's all kind of collateral damage. It's all kind of educated, guesses that you got to make in warfare. You might have to sacrifice 1,000 people to save 100,000 people. So the 1,000 people who get sacrificed is going to be your enemy. They're not going to say you right. They're not going to say you the best leader. They're going to say, no, you sacrificed my family member, my son, my daughter. They don't care about the 100,000 of your people that you just saved. So no matter what, you're not going to get nobody to agree with you or like you or believe in you 100%. That's the burden of being a ruler. That's the burden of being a general, a warlord. That's the burden of, authority and power. Yeah. Everybody act like they want to be a G, a warlord, a ruler, a king, or queen, or whatever, until you got to make them kind of decisions. Yeah. You say Elmatic, right? Daryl Jackson, I keep saying Candace Owens is serving a divine purpose. The devil is serving a divine purpose. So if the devil is serving a divine purpose, our brothers and sisters that might be deceived or might have slipped on a banana peel here and there is serving a divine purpose, because it's all about us. If the devil can work for God, we definitely working for God, whether we like it, know it or not. Debo. Yeah. So we so childish though. We so emotionally immature that we can't see past our feelings. We can't see past the emotional battery that the Satan's media then put in our back. That's why I have to ask these questions to make you think. Which one is really a sister and which one is better for our people? What is it that our people don't like about Candace Owens that we do like about Kamala Harris? What is it? Yeah, you don't want to answer that. Like, damn, now that I think of it, he got me in checkmate. I bet not answer that question. And watch him checkmate me, watch him wipe me out publicly. Yeah, I know how to phrase questions. I know how to set a nice little bear trap for you. You better not answer that question. You better not answer that question the wrong way. But you voting. So if you know you voting, you already know not to try to come on here publicly and answer that question. Yeah. This is real life. This ain't an abracadabra, just add water, instant microwave reality. Everything got a process, including God warfare. It's a process. You have to plant things. You have to strategize. You have to let things grow and move and evolve. You just hop on here with Candace Owens this and okay. I would be riding for Kamala Harris if she was doing something as revolutionary as Candace Owens is doing. The fact that Candace Owens, to me, is not running for no political office to rule me and my children, that means I can hear you a lot clearer. I got my ears is real open to you, because, if all you trying to do is make money or get a platform, like, bro, say, okay, cool. We all doing. That's why I'm on here too. I'm not just on here to spread a message. I got to feed my family too. So if you saying that her motive is money, you know what I'm saying, that you could find a whole lot better to do to make money. She could be doing what Megan Thee Stallion doing. She could be stripping. She can go on OnlyFans and make more money than she is trying to expose Zionists or the synagogue of Satan. So I don't believe that's her motive, my brother. I know better than that. I've been fighting this enemy for over 3 decades, and I know that's not the motive. Right. I mean, it is what it is. So who is going to talk bad against Candace Owens but votes for Kamala Harris? Raise your hand. Let me see a hand in the chat. Who's going to talk bad? Who is against Candace Owens but you voting for Kamala Harris? Oh, I would love to get you on here. I would love to get you on here with me and let the people see us have a conversation. Ask you 2 or 3 questions and just sit back and see what your answer is. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't even bringing Trump into this. I'm not, I don't believe in voting for no president. Ben Frank, salute. Yes. I just want to hear what y'all answers are. We use this as teachable moments. We use this as thought-provoking subject matter that we can have conversations about. I ain't gonna be act like I'm a mind reader and act like I know what Candace Owens' motives is. What's her motives? What was Malcolm X's motive? What was my motive? Shit. What was my motive for joining the nation? What was my motive for joining the nation? I was super anti, you know what I'm saying? Those of us that was in the streets, the majority of the people that's in the nation spent our whole lives tearing up human life, tearing up society in our community. Why did we wait so long? We knew the information. I used to clown the brothers on the corner with the pink boxes, with the bow ties, the bean. How the F a bean and a pie go together, nigga? I was cold. I was cold on them. What took me so long? Yeah. Madone Kimmett, is Candace really having an impact on the black communities? She should. That's just like asking, is Farrakhan having an impact on the black communities? If it's about information, if she's making information available to us, but we just reject it, that's just like saying, did Noah have an impact on the people that got flooded? He was building an ark right in front of them. They called him crazy though. So he can't force them to do nothing. You seen the ark though. You seen the ark. You heard about Noah. You knew his sons or whatever. You heard about him. Yeah, that's the nigga, that crazy nigga up the road on the top of that desert sand hill that's building a big boat. You heard about him. Just like I heard about Elijah Muhammad. I heard about Farrakhan. I heard about Malcolm. I heard about all of them growing up. And I didn't choose them because my parents was cowards. My parents was cowards. My parents, who I love and naturally is going to ride for and lean towards or whatever, well, my mother, she was on white Jesus. She taught me white Jesus instead of black savior and black, nation of my own. She taught me white Jesus. So I had to grow up getting let down by the fake white Jesus all my life, and until my life is in danger multiple times, and the only one that was there was my older brother with this new alternative that I still wasn't trying to choose, but my life and freedom had to be put all the way in jeopardy. And then I told him, well, if your Allah get me out of this last time, I'll be with it. That's how I came. That's how I came. So I was way harder than Candace Owens. It took me way longer. I put up way more resistance than Candace Owens before I even start thinking about trying to expose some Satans, some going to war with some big powerful beast that runs and controls America and the world. Nah. I did it once I got here. Once it, And as soon as Allah let me slip in the cracks, through the cracks in this media, this Satan-owned media with Ice Cube, and I put my first album out, they thought that I was going to be on some gangster rap stuff. That's why they let me through. They thought I was going to be talking about a bitch is a bitch or niggas with attitudes or something. That's why I snuck through. And then, surprise, nigga, my first album was called Never Again. Sorry, Israel, but I'm fresh out of tears. Because Lynch That Ninja's still ringing in my ears. I want freedom, justice, equality, Islam. So it's hard to keep calm when I'm accused of being racist for loving my people first. Now they want to put me in a hearse. But blacks ain't never made white slaves, and we was too loving to put Jews in the oven. Oh, they wasn't ready for that. That's why I didn't have no deal on the second album. That only had one album with Cube. After that, something happened. Some COINTELPRO shit happened. I wasn't with him on the next album. Yep. So I'm speaking from experience. I know what it looked like. I know what the process looked like. I know when I'm looking at Candace Owens. I know what I'm looking at. Because that's the way we all came here. Especially any ones that was in media. That got a name. I know what I'm looking at. But, you know, you got to sometimes you got to pop out and show ninjas. You got to remind them. Like, just because I'm here making myself available for y'all, don't mean we on the same rank. Don't mean we in the same grade level. Don't mean we got the same accomplishments. Don't mean we got the same history of fighting this beast on the same level. But it's all love and all respect. But there is rank. There is rank. But yeah, let me put this back up so we can refresh our subject memory. Bam. Bam. That's what we're talking about for the next few minutes. Why do any of our people dislike Candace Owens for this, but we like Kamala Harris for that? What is it that our people don't like about Candace Owens? Why are we so mad at Candace Owens, but we're not mad at Kamala Harris? Diametrically opposed. That's Superman and Lex Luthor, Superwoman and you know what I'm saying? That's what we on right there. Anybody want to face that real comparison? Anybody want to answer that real question? That lets you see, Brother Cam, I'm tired of your logical arguments and questions. That reminds us of how illogical and how selectively hypocritical we are. Because only one of these two, let me put that back up. Only one of these two is running for president. Only one of these two is trying to rule you and your family for the next 4 years and possibly affect the rest of your life with their policies, such as the Fauci juice. Something that's going to directly affect you for the rest of your life. Only one of them is running for rulership over you. You know, it just happens to be the one with the husband with the little small hat on and what's going on in Palestine right now. Do we want to talk about that? Do we want to talk about the relationship between the one that's running for the office to rule you and her husband, and the relationship with her husband's people who she sided with and married, so she must agree with them 1,000%, even though she said she wasn't going to do nothing for reparations for black people, just for black people. But her husband, people that is been getting reparations by us, the descendants of slaves, tax dollars for the last 76 years, that people in that state is looking real horrific right now, based on what, you know, the images that we seeing on Twitter, on X, because you're not going to see them on here. You're not going to see them on mainstream television. So are we not talking about that? Are we not talking about, you know, the atrocious atrocities that her husband's people are doing right now as we speak to over 20,000 innocent children, women and children that have been deleted. No one talk about that, huh? Which one is better for our people, though? We know which one is not better for the Palestinian people. Which one is better for our people, though? Because Candace Owens was airing out them as a pedo haven, among other things. Go on Twitter, go on X, and look at Candace Owens' posts for the past month or two. Look at what she's exposing and sharing and doing respectable, receipt-based journalism when it comes to Kamala Harris's husband's people and activities over there against the Palestinian children and women. We actually over here arguing for okay. So, it's just my take. I'm not voting at all. But since y'all want to vote and y'all want to shove that down our throat, shove your emotional battery in your back down our throat about why we shouldn't have the orange man or we shouldn't listen to Candace Owens, and we, the ski wee aka girl is supposed to be your sister girl, and black girl magic and pearls and chucks and hot sauce in my purse and twerking for votes, walk it like he talk it Quavo. Man, Candace Owens ain't doing none of that. Candace Owens ain't telling you to delete your innocent unborn children by the millions and don't feel nothing about it because it's your power, your right. Candace Owens ain't fighting for the right for you to delete because your irresponsible sex. Delete your innocent, holy, unborn, precious soul that God intended to be born. Candace Owens ain't saying that. Yeah. Mr. W, strong delusion. Strong delusion. That's what the book said. That's why it's a God versus devil issue. This is not politics. Y'all can act like it's politics if you want. This is God versus devil. This is good versus evil. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Elmatic, please hit the like button. Like my security, like my the bodyguard is talking about. The chat guard, please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Share it. Share with somebody. It's a great conversation piece for y'all to spark up conversation in the hair shop, barber shop, work, in the break room. Yep. Cam and Solo, they got guts. They got testicles. Shouts out Solo, my bro, who is Franklin now on Grand Theft Auto on GTA. Solo. Watching people win or fail 40 acres and a mule would have added up to the whole states being taken over by now. Absolutely. We're going to get it, though. Talk Your Talk Media. Salute. Yusuf, I see Big Yusuf. Big use on duty. Tossing them out by their feet. Sorry about that. Back up. 5 feet. Salute, Ben Frank. Salute. Ben Frank in the building. Yeah, but I think we covered it. I think we got a point across. I remember Candace Owens, people saying, she was going at George Floyd like bro said, Lambo said, but, the backstory, if you really did the research, I'm not getting into all of that. Of course, the police was the beasts that they are, the ones that did that. but we talking about her exposing that fake false movement that hijacked and manipulated our pain and our outrage and our suffering, our grief over the George Floyd incident, by the name of Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter, that turned into an organization, some LLC with some rainbow females, some stud female that allegedly scammed the whole community, black and white, of millions of dollars and bought their own personal little mansions with. That's what Candace Owens was exposing. The rainbow Les Black Lives Matter organization that scammed the people in the name of the suffering of George Floyd and other people. Sandra Bland, rest in peace. All our suffering came in on some anti-natural nuclear family BS and scammed the people out of millions of dollars for their own personal gain, allegedly. That's what Candace Owens was exposing. So that didn't benefit black people. That didn't put us up on game. That didn't benefit us, right? Hey, man, well, I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you then. But I see ain't nobody hopping on this question. I see that. I see ain't nobody hopping on this question, though. Let me put that question in the chat. Just in case you ain't get it. What is it that our people don't like about Candace Owens that we do like about Kamala Harris? I got to ask that 50 times. You got to ask that 50 times. What is it? Because everybody clearly has so much to say earlier until Brother Cam get on and actually call you out on it. Candace Owens ain't this, Candace Owens. Oh, what is it then exactly that you don't like about Candace Owens that you do like about Kamala Harris? And let me give you a visual aid. There's some visual aid for you while we look at this question. What is it that our people don't like about Candace Owens that we do like, and we are willing to vote for Kamala Harris to be our ruler for 4 years, that we do like about Kamala Harris, that we don't like about Candace Owens, based on this picture? Sports talk only. They are the same person. No, only one of them. Let's put that back up. Let's put this back up. You say they're the same person. Why is only one of them running for president? Why is only one of them that don't have children, that don't know what it's like to actually be a mother and have a family, or the love of more than just yourself? Are they the same person? You don't see a distinguishable difference? Then you blind. Then you in your feelings then. Because only one of them is trying to run for president, to rule you. And only one of them don't have a family. You know what I'm saying? And only one of them husband ain't a member of the most controversial people on the planet right now that's accused of genocide in Palestine. So you're welcome to hop on here. Here go the link, Since you can't make no distinction, let me give you this link. See if you're willing to get on here with me. In the 10 minutes that we got, 7 minutes that we got left. It's usually temporary. Wait a moment. Oh, okay. I don't know what happened. Saying that I can't post. Oh, there you go. There's the link. Angie C. Candace was paid by another people to narrate black people with truth bombs riddled with white supremacist talking points. Give me an example of the white supremacist talking points. To feed into stereotypical projection of black people. Kamala doesn't. Kamala don't do no stereotypic projection. Candace was paid by another people. So Kamala Harris is not paid by another people. Please get on this live with me, Angie C. Please say that. Candace is self-centered. Her husband too. What is Kamala Harris's husband and people involved in right now in Palestine? Right? What did Kamala Harris say when she was asked by a real black woman, do you support reparations for black people? What did Kamala Harris say? You saying Candace is self-centered. What did Kamala Harris say when she was asked by a sister, do you support reparations for black people? That can prove that you're not self-centered, that you're not only for your husband's people, Israel, which you commit $30 billion to for the next such and such years. You know what I'm saying? You've seen her speaking to AIPAC. Have you seen her speaking to black people and what she promises us? Angie C, will you please hop on here with me so I can ask you live, so we can talk about this live? Only one of them is trying to run for presidency to rule over us. Which one is that? Her husband is Catholic, and so is she. Catholics have committed genocide. What is Kamala Harris' husband doing right now? What is Kamala Harris' husband people doing right now? Please hop on this live with me. Sabrina answered the question. Kamala said she wasn't going to do anything for black people that's just going to benefit black people. No, she hit you with the bobblehead. No, she hit you with the sister girl attitude. No, but she doing something for her husband's people. I bet you she's doing something for her husband's people. If you've seen any of my pages, you know I got the receipts. I got all them AIPAC speeches. You know what AIPAC is? You know what the ADL is? You know what Simon Wiesenthal Center is? You know what Southern Poverty Law Center is? You know what the JDL is? You know, because I know. I got the receipts, Angie C. You want to hop on here with me? Cam, I think most of our people in America don't realize they are our people. Palestine is being deleted also. Right. Gerald Jones. Yep, I ain't gonna read that. FBA Dynasty. You're gonna be the last person before I get off. FBA Dynasty. Peace. FBA.
Hey, what's up, Cam?
Oh man, you got
Cam.
it. What's your thought?
Yeah, my thought is first with Candace Owens. If you talk to any black conscious people, they already know about her, man. She's just
I'm a black conscious person. I don't know about her.
Okay, yeah, I know. No, I'm not saying you know about it, but when I hear any other black conscious creators, right? They all say the same thing, that she's just a coon bed wench, that her talking points are just, talking for them white alt-right 4chan type people, of kind of like Larry Elder's talking points. You know what I'm saying? Always.
I'm familiar with all of those people, them talking heads, right?
Right, I understand.
If I'm saying that she's better than all of them, what do you think about my judgment? Am I off? Have I drank the Kool-Aid?
No, you ain't. You ain't did the Jim Jones thing. I don't believe that, because I know how you looking at it in a different type of way, because she has been outed by them alt-right people and got her nigga wake-up call. And also, she had called out Kamala Harris's husband's community, right? So she's really behind the 8 ball. So, and she knows the only people that probably would accept her back is the black conscious people because she's black, but she doesn't identify with the black community like that. She always trying to shame the black community. She's always trying to put down the black
Does
community.
she
She
shame
always
the
looking
black
at
community more than Farrakhan?
No, I don't believe that.
So is what
Because I
Farrakhan
know
doing, is that shaming the black community? What Farrakhan do worse, which is worse than what she do?
No, black man, Farrakhan been out there in the community, man. Trying to always talk to the people, always trying to tell the black people to do for self, always trying to tell black people, man, you know what I'm saying, to be independent, man, and don't ask, you know what I'm saying, them folks for handouts or for help
Right.
or
You know what
anything
I'm saying?
like
So
that, or
Kamala,
let them in your business.
Candace Owens wasn't born and raised a little poor nappy head black girl.
If she was, that she didn't want to identify with black because she wanted to be in a different type of room of people. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, now that
wanted.
she got in that room and seen what it was, is she not more valuable now after being a spook that sat by the door than she was then?
Yeah, I mean, I see your point there, but I don't know if she wants to identify with our people anymore.
Well, she already is identifying with our people in the form of exposing our biggest enemy, or the architect of our enslavement and the architect of our oppression. That we suffering right now, which is the people that Kamala Harris is married to, right?
Right, but see that's the thing there, right? Since she called that community out, she's really behind the 8 ball. But just before a couple years ago, man, she was throwing black folks under the bus, man, with her
Well, we
rhetoric,
all
man.
was.
Throwing
We all was. Malcolm X was. All of us that's in the nation now used to gang bang and delete our own people and abort our own babies. Like, I mean, what are you saying? Where you think we supposed to come from?
yeah. Look, at one point in time, if you was living unrighteous and now you lead a righteous life, everybody's entitled to mistakes, mess ups, and do wrongs, and now do
Why are
right.
we still
I get
dangling
it.
it over their head though?
I mean, as far as I look at it, like, man,
What's she doing right now?
as she's calling out her Kamala Harris's husband's community, and that's a
What is
no-no.
Kamala Harris doing
And
right now?
Kamala Harris, that's my second point. Can I get to that one?
Yeah.
She is the biggest, Cam. She is the biggest cosplayer in American history. And she disrespected Black America to the utmost, bro, on a national stage. If you are a person that is voting and you're a Black American, you would have to be, I'm not trying to shame you, but you would have to be the stupidest individual on the planet American Earth to even vote for that individual, because she's using you to put her people in place, her husband people in place, the foreigners and immigrants above your black ass. And you've been in America fighting for all these people's rights to come over here, fighting for everybody else's rights that didn't have a hand or was looked over and neglected. And you guys been on the front line fighting for everybody's rights, and just for her to put all them people in front of you. So 10 and 20 years later, your Black American vote won't count. So you get nothing. You won't even get a lick of hope. So why would anybody that's Black American even have any thought of supporting her? I mean, you might as well commit suicide.
Well, I ain't gonna say that. Okay, but I appreciate you, bro, because you about to get me kicked off of this. But yeah, we can't speak on that. Jesus Christ Disciple 13, Jesus Christ 13th disciple. Hop on here with me. Let's talk about that. I don't want nobody to wrench him. I want him to stay on and see if he will hop on here with me. Here's the link. Digital Soapbox Network. Is Kam such and such now? What the F? Defending such and such Owens. I'm out. Don't go. Don't go. Wait. Jesus Christ, disciple. Don't go. Wait. You still here? If you still here, I would love for the people to see me and you talk face to face. Show your face. Show your face. Let us see and hear you. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, yeah, stand down. Otherwise, you don't seem like you a disciple of Christ. Christ's disciples was warriors, soldiers. They had their sword ready to take off, little guards' ears and whatnot. And you see, you pull your sword out on Kam, the KOON. Jesus, you must be white Jesus, huh? You must be that Michelangelo Jesus, huh? So yeah, if you don't get on here, then my people will block you. But if you do get on here, then that'd be great content, very entertaining and interesting. But anybody that's gonna jump out there and call names, derogatory names, you already know they're a coward. You have no intention of facing me. Anybody that's using a keyboard like that has no intentions whatsoever of actually facing me. But yeah, so on that note, I'm gonna handle my business. 1,000-yard stare. You can't please everyone. Not everyone is going to be on board with what you are saying. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. You're not even supposed to. Everybody's not meant to make it. King Z, we're from a foolish people. We are in the process of gaining knowledge and understanding, right? But we jump off the porch judging without knowledge and wind up, being judged the way we judge. So we destroy ourselves by how we judge each other. We don't give each other no grace, no mercy, no forgiveness, and that's why we don't get none. Right? See Allah, Mr. Emotional Disciple, right? Cowards. Cowards if you don't show up. If you don't show up, you're just a coward. If y'all don't mind, can y'all hit the like button? Hit the like button. I see a few people in the building. Hit the like button. Yusuf, that's hypocritical. That's hypocritical. Candace is repping Christianity at Jesus Christ. Yeah. Jesus Christ ain't coming on. Or whoever, 13th disciple. They ain't gonna show up. Mr. W, Brother Kam, some of our people are scared to rock the boat. They will be fine with the oppression. Absolutely. That's what they are. So yeah, it's I passed the 2-hour mark. So let me go handle this business. I got to do some work. Yeah, Jesus left the building. Jesus ain't returning. That's right. That is the right kind of example. You are just the kind of Jesus that we know is not returning, will not come back. Rihanna Wright. It's sad. Why not vote for Cornel West and the black woman running with him? Absolutely. I agree with Rihanna or Rihanna. If I was voting, that's who I would vote for. I would vote for Cornel West. I don't know nothing about the black woman. I wouldn't vote for her just because she's black woman, because she could be on the same BS that Harris is on. So I don't vote for nobody just because they black. I would vote for Cornel West because I know his track record, not just because he's black. All right, but yeah, on that note, man, if y'all don't mind, hit the like, and I'll be back in a couple of hours. Got to handle the business with the guy, Queen. And happy anniversary once more. Happy 71st anniversary to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and Mother Khadijah Farrakhan, the First Lady of the Nation of Islam. Been married 71 years. Relationship goals, life goals, family goals, leader goals. Man, that's my hero and shero. All right. Peace and love. Be back.